day, Rusk enjoyers. Hope tonight, 'cause it's time for the Rust rotation. Yep, we've got a brand new Rust store to showcase to you. July 9, 2026. What on earth is clothing and armor? What is clothing? What is armor? It's a mystery to us. But with all due respect, we've got some pretty cool looking deployables and more pay-to-win aim sight weapons. We got a revolver, but I know a lot of people probably were instantly assuming that's going to cause problems for the recent revolver skins we've seen. No, and we'll showcase that in a bit. But aside from that, yeah, I mean, it's just basically deployables. In fact, the showcasing of all the skins this week might actually be a lot faster. How long's the video going to be? Well, knowing Hedge, he'll still somehow make it go on for too long. Yeah, I enjoy yapping. Sorry about that, but, you know, I mean, if I didn't enjoy doing this, I'd not have done it for about 5 years, would I? Right, so yeah, we've got some pretty interesting collection continuations. Popstar again. We have seen 9 skins being accepted in 3 months. And it's not stopping because there's more on the way. So, alright, cool. We can't escape it. Naval camo with its first ever weapon skins. Alright, that's cool. And we might have confirmation of a collection continuation. A brand new sheet monitor. That's from Decap, the man behind the greening area collection. So, oh, okay. So instead of green, it's all nice, vibrant, warm colours, yes. Dare I say, we're so back. Xenotype Hype is back with small boxes. So, mini Xenotype Hype, yes. Okay, I did kind of send a message saying maybe a weapon small box might not be the play. Skin Creator said, well, it's actually a special anniversary idea I just wanted to do because it had been a year since he made the first firearms large box. So I was like, go on then. And then it gets accepted. So, okay, second small box to be accepted. Do we have a small box collection on the horizon? Well, I have to wait and see. We also see the return of the JPEG collection. Another deployable is accepted. What next? Well, we might have seen a lot of very interesting deployables become skinnable fairly recently. Maybe we might start seeing things like that. Ooh, that might be pretty interesting. Speaking of, as you can see, another electric furnace skin is accepted. And when you see it in game, I think quite a lot of people are actually going to take a liking to it. It's interesting gold, brass, metallic design with the purple glow. It actually looks cool. I think you'll be very impressed with what you see. And then 2 more auto turrets. One made out of pure gold and one that's tempered. Oh, yes. And yep, we've also got 2 interesting armoured doors. Heim, or Heim, I don't know. Now, fortunately, I didn't show that off in the short video. That's my mistake. Sorry about that, Skin Creator. But I did show off the Cold Hunter armoured door. The first deployable to be accepted in the Cold Hunter collection. Which, for the past few years, has only consisted of weapons. Well, what interesting ice-themed skins could we see being made next? That'd be interesting. You should keep an eye on the workshop over the course of this weekend. And of course, an actual proper attempt for a shop front that's actually trying to sell some things. I mean, okay, look, you've got the little anime girl, you know, sitting there and saying, come on, let's do a trade. But this is quite literally a shop. I wanted to see that. I even put out a short video showcasing this, but it's not the design. It's not the design I showed off in the short video. There's one little change, and we'll talk about that in a second. So, cool. I even put out this tweet earlier as well. Yep. Optimized revolver, very nice look design. And, of course, when we do the predictions video, I very likely will be talking about that first with a lot of positivity because it's a revolver. But if you're concerned about, like, the aim sights, we'll be showcasing that in a second. It doesn't really compare to 2 notable revolver skins right here, right? So if you're concerned about like investments and whatnot, if you bought into these 2 revolvers, I don't think you need to panic. Now then, with the current Rust store, out of all the skins that we see here, the question is, which of them happen to be abnormal? And just to make things nice and easy, we'll point out all the skins that are not abnormal, and it's actually going to be super easy because it's literally just that. Just the Naval Camo AK-47 is not abnormal. Everything else is abnormal. We have a lot to chase after next week. Yep, so... okay, cool. Well, at the very least, go to micro522.com just to see how all the skins were the very second that the Rust rotated. So this is like a snapshot. So I can confirm around, 9:45 UK time, that's when the Rust rotated. Fairly late, not like ridiculously late, but later. And everything had a positive upvote to downvote ratio. Yep, people are quite happy. overall, with the skins, it was mainly skins that are submitted somewhat recently. The only skin this week that was fairly late is the Revolver, because that was submitted quite some time back. But, you know, that's the first Revolver skin to be accepted in quite some time. Could that be the only Revolver to be accepted for the foreseeable future, you know? Again, that's a big discussion in regards to the predictions video, you know? Could that work out as a nice investment? Could anything else here work out as a nice investment? Well, that's not the focus for this video. The focus is, we need to hop in game, give all these skins a good look, and you can tell me, comment below, which one happens to be your most favourite. Okay, let's go ahead and showcase those deplorables. Can you read it? Surely you can read it. This was the problem with the Xenotype collection. G-U-N-S. Guns. So, yes, that's actually in English. It's just very stylized text, alright? So it's not like Mandarin or anything. F-I-R-E-A-R-M-S. Firearms. And with it being a small box, the fact that they used a revolver... Okay, yeah, that was pretty good. That's a nice touch. But yes, with this appearing today, I guess we're potentially looking at the possibility that we might have a Xenotype small box collection on the horizon. Now, of course, last year we did have the small props collection being built up, and then it just randomly stopped. Still don't fully know why that happened. But if we were to see an actual small box collection being made now, what would you personally prioritise? Skin Creator posted this quite some time back. I actually sent to him. That's cool, but you know what? You could consider things like small meds. People have always appreciated a small meds box. We've had quite a few. All of them are done nicely. Seeds box. Drop box. Recently we saw a diving box. We never saw the fish box. What? A fish box? Yeah, where else am I going to stick all this fish? I mean, it stacks. I'm just saying, it stacks. So, you know, I thought that would be a nice idea. But what other ideas would you personally have? Feel free to comment below. Skin Creator might be reading the comments. But I did send him, like, all the ideas for seeds and all that. Like, I don't know if food is necessary, but it did sound as if he wanted to do some fridges next as well, so keep an eye out for such a thing. Keep an eye on the workshop. I'm sure we'll be seeing some very interesting Xenotype things appearing soon enough. So it might not just be small boxes. It might dabble into other deplorables overall. So, kind of like Neon Collection. Yeah, but, you know, Xenotype. Where it's harder to read. No, it's cool, stylish. Alright, anyway. So, yeah, honestly, that's looking pretty sweet. And if we were to see a small box collection being built up, well, investors, you're going to start questioning what you're going to do next. Or at least, you know, watch the predictions video for this week. Now then, more auto turrets. Oh, we love it though. Pure gold. Yes, I'm so rich I just use gold as a weapon. And of course tempered. Tempered, of course, being one of the oldest collections in all of Rust. Still getting skins accepted to this day. Very cool, very cool. But if I could just quickly get this point across immediately, they don't glow in the dark. They have their lasers, but they don't glow in the dark. Only making this point because, of course, we recently literally just had the Abyss auto turret that glowed. We also somewhat recently had the Neon auto turret that glowed. But these designs, no, they don't glow. They look nice though. But, yeah. Perhaps it was helpful for me to point it out because, you know, we're still debating, do people care about glow-in-the-dark auto turrets? Kind of looks as if they do because the glow-in-the-dark ones are doing pretty good. Go check the Steam market right now. Seems they're favoured. Regardless, those are some very nice looking auto turrets from some like fairly notable collections. Let's see if people appreciate them. Feel free to comment below. Which one's your favourite? Now, I said this earlier, but wow, look at that. With its interesting brass sort of metallic design, paired up with the purple, well, that stands out quite nicely. So let's just give this a good look during the day. Well, that looks cool. I do like the shine right there in the front. Makes the purple kind of stand out a little bit differently, but interestingly. gear mechanism with an electric furnace. Now, does this still count as cyberpunk? It's not. No, steampunk. You know what? I wouldn't mind a cyberpunk collection. That would actually be pretty sweet. But yeah, if it's called electric furnace, I think that defeats the idea. Just saying. All right then. So yeah, cool. Imagine steampunk 2077. It would be cool. 1877. All right, now I need to see CD Projekt do that now. That would be cool. That would be cool. All right, anyway, night time. Total darkness. Get a good look at that. Awesome. And yeah, steampunk 1877 would be a really cool idea. You know, people would appreciate that. It'd be like Red Dead Redemption. Sort of. Anyway, yep, that's cool. Feel free to comment below if you're pleased with what you see. And now, let's showcase the shop fronts. So, yep, as I've already stated, boom. Very clear what it's trying to do. It's trying to get some sales. It's advertising. Now, you could say the exact same thing over to here, because, wow. Yeah. You know the trading meme? You give me this, I give you that. You give her what she wants, and you get scrap. Riches. So, honestly, they're still basically the same thing, but this one's a little bit more direct. Now, what's wrong with this compared to the other version? Because I've already made a short video showcasing this, and to be honest with you, the difference is so minor, I don't really need to make another short video showcasing it. But if I could just go around the back, right? If I could just go around back here, I can confirm you can actually change the back design. So, as you look at Popstar over to here, it's basically the same thing. But clearly this isn't. So what gives? What's different? What's so wrong, Hedge? Why are you so upset to have to mention this? On the other version, there's a Employee of the Decade poster of Mr. Alistair literally just over to here. But on this particular version, they don't have it. Face Punch purposely avoided the Alistair poster version. Fine. Don't pick the good one then. Whatever. I can confirm on this side as well, it does happen to glow in the dark. So, alright. Yep, that's cool. And of course over to here, yes, it glows in the dark on this side as well. So, okay. 2 more metal shop fronts though. How many are we going to see by the end of this month? Oh, by the end of this year? How many interesting approaches and unique ideas can be made with such a thing? Yes, I know Monument. It's hard to consider. Like, what else could a skin creator do? I reckon at the very least with like Halloween, you could do like a scary monster mouth and whatnot. But I mean, like Abyss Collection could just do that, couldn't they? Little Ranger, I gave you a good idea there. Come on. Anyway. I'm not sure what else would be made. I guess it would be more oriented towards. Oh god, we're starting a bit there. More oriented to like trading. Maybe there would be like a themed update that people will work around. Yeah, I know Monument. I'm telling them. But yeah, for what it is, they're perfectly fine looking designs. I'm sure a lot of people will be very happy to see another Popstar skin being accepted, and chances are it's probably the top selling skin right now. But this right here, it has purpose, and yeah, I think that'll be appreciated as time goes on. So yep, role players very happy, weebs even happier. They've won. Okay, you can sit there and complain all you want. They've won. It's too late. Just got to move on with life. So, as I've already stated, this is actually a skin made by the guy that made the Greening Area collection. And when you look at that, oh yeah, I'm kind of getting very similar sort of like lighting vibes and whatnot. That looks nice. Yeah, that looks cool. So, imagine if he gets like a set of these accepted, and then you combined it with Greening Area, and it just looks strange in your base. I wouldn't mind like a sort of light blue cool design. Isn't that just ultramarine? I don't know, get some variety and whatnot, you know what I'm saying. Anyway, yeah, that looks cool. That looks nice. Now, during the day, I mean, it's kind of like a normal door of sorts. Could also look at it with the lights on at night time. I like it. It's fine. It is another sheet metal door, but it does glow quite interestingly. I do like the pattern design there, so. Garage door next, I guess. Sheet metal double door. Say no more. Alright, we've got something to look forward to. So, let the man cook. I'm sure we could see something potentially succeed exactly like Greening Area did, so the more the merrier. Keep an eye out. Keep an eye on the workshop. Note here, yes, the return of the JPEG collection. And you can probably tell real quickly that, yeah, that doesn't glow in the dark. Doesn't need to. Well, I will sit here and say this. What would you like to see being made next? In the past, we have seen a wooden door, a sheet metal door, and a garage door. Sheet metal door and garage door are appreciated to this day. They're in the positive. I'm not sure what to expect with this bed, but again, it's not the predictions video. But I should point out, we have been seeing a lot of beds so far. Ever since it first became skinnable back in October 2025, I think we're pushing up to 40 bed skins. We're getting close to that at the very least. You know, there have been Twitch drops and kick drops, but wow. What would you personally like to see all nice and JPEG'd? Feel free to comment below. I'm sure the skin creators probably be reading. And yeah, if only we also... Well, I mean, there is JPEG armor. That is complete, by the way. So, I mean, whatever. All right, yeah, cool. So... No duvet. Oh. And then we have 2 armored doors for this week. And, well, let's just get the point across. They don't glow in the dark. Oh, look, there's the ultra turret laser. Yeah. So, honestly, 2 interesting looking approaches. 2 interesting looking designs. Can you stop lasering my door? I'm trying to showcase it. Thank you. All right, cool. But to truly appreciate such a thing, can I just quickly turn lights on? Ah, there you go. Now it reflects. Now it stands out. Now it looks pretty cool. So this is actually made by the skin creator behind the Psycho collection that we saw recently. Maybe he's going to focus this instead. What would you like to see being made next? Go for a comment below. And then over to here, Cold Hunter. Well, if you aren't fully well aware, this has been a very successful collection over the past few years. Weapon only, but liked and appreciated. Well, now, first ever Deployable has been accepted, but it wasn't the first ever Deployable to be submitted. In the past, there was an armoured double door. Don't be surprised if we see that being posted this weekend as a resubmission, or, you know, most likely slightly tweaked. Is this what we're expecting now? Could I get a Cold Hunter electric furnace? That would be funny. That would be funny. I think a lot of people would actually like that. Would you like to get your icy cold skins nice and ready for Christmas? Yes. Hedge, it's half a year away. Well, this first half of the year went pretty quick. I'm old, shut up. Anyway, yeah, not very reflective to my surprise. And of course, it doesn't glow in the dark either, so not sure what people were going to think, considering what we just had the previous week. But you know what? We had some very cool looking glow in the dark armor doors the previous week. This week we got some very cool looking armor doors that don't glow in the dark this week. It's a nice, you know, difference. So, options provided. But in 2 weeks we have seen 4 armored doors. Oh boy. So that'll be another discussion in regards to the predictions video. Nice looking designs though. Keep an eye out for collection continuations. We've seen quite an interesting variety for the deplorables. It's predominantly Deployables Hedge. I know, but at least we've got some cool things. So feel free to comment below. Out of all these deplorables, which one happened to be most favourite? And yes, I have played with the volume down because, yeah, I love that sound so much. Especially the electric furnace as well. Sorry. Alright then, let's go ahead and showcase the weapon skins. Okay, here we are, and of course we will be doing some comparisons, because I know for a fact a lot of people could be like, oh, is this going to cause and affect the other revolver skins to go down in price so mild? No, you know what causes that? People overreacting. So let's go ahead and give this a good look. First of all, you might notice, oh yeah, that's a perfectly fine looking white design. But we have seen the Olympus revolver before, haven't we? So, alright, cool. Well, let's just go ahead and point out that does have transparency. Stylish transparency. The only real way you're going to really notice what I mean is when we go ahead and... oh, there you go. Yeah. Now, this technically already has transparency as well because it's got the 2 prongs on the side made invisible. but you still have like that quote unquote square box. You know what I'm saying? That actually has transparency literally inside the actual aim sight as well. No, it's not helpful. It's stylish though. So look at that, and look at that. I guess you could say the optimized revolver is slightly more transparent in comparison to the Heatseeker revolver. Cool. But then of course we whip out the Olympus revolver, and you might instantly notice there's quite the difference. I have noticed a lot of people suddenly unloading their Olympus revolvers on the Steam market. I think you're, again, overreacting. That's the special word for today. Yep. Oh, we lost a little bit of frames there. Well, it's because it's so nice and gold and shiny. So, of course, I'll give this a good close-up look as well. At an angle. It's also white, but I'd say probably predominantly gold and black as well. It's been around for a while. People have been appreciating it. There's a reason why it's been rising up to a brand new all-time high price as of recent. Then, of course, earlier this year, we saw this being accepted. Old Pirate Revolver. Back to comparing with this. Yeah, it's pretty obvious that this is a perfectly fine looking revolver, but it does not compare to this and this, if you care that much. Like, again, it's still a perfectly fine, cool looking revolver, haha. But yeah, to all the people who are concerned in regards to specifically the aim sight, I don't think there's much to worry about. Now, of course, what? Oh, I was like, what? Thank you, I guess. I guess my Amazon delivery just appeared. Let's quickly go ahead and showcase this at night time. So, is it visible? Yeah, I can actually see that pretty easily, actually. The useful white design stands out very nicely with this optimized revolver. I think a lot of people might appreciate that. Now, in comparison, let's go whip out the Heatseeker. And I'm sure you can tell this is definitely Heatseeker with its pattern design. Again, we'll just quickly switch to here so you can see. You notice how we got the grooves with the pink lines there and whatnot. That is pretty visible at night time when you look. So yeah, Nightlight is also good with this. But dare I say, back to optimized. That's a little bit more easier to notice. Let's now switch to Olympus. Now, Olympus is also very similar. And again, just to confirm that we're definitely looking at Olympus. Yep, as you'll see. Yep. So, yeah, the aim sight probably not as easy to actually see, though, but I can see the body perfectly fine. And then, of course, we'll switch over to Old Pirate. Old Pirate has some decent visibility. But I will sit here and say both optimized and Heatseeker probably have the best. Again, that's nice and white, and the color scheme here of all the variety of colors and the yellows and whatnot. Yeah, cool. So, dare I say, it actually has a decent advantage at night time. Are you going to really care that much? No, fair enough. Fair enough. Can we give this a good look at night time over here, though? Because I also like to point out it's actually not that reflective. Yeah, it's actually not that reflective. And I'm not sure if it's going to really make that much of a difference. But, you know, it's not going to be super shiny. I've just lost my hand. How? Can I get... Thank you. Right, I need that. I don't know what's going on. I don't know. Yeah, it's perfectly fine. I'm sure a lot of people would be very happy with this being accepted. We hardly ever see revolver skins, well, in Rust stores. Chances are that very likely could be the last revolver to be accepted this year, even though we have seen some very, very, very interesting designs. But yeah, we only ever get like 2 or 3 a year. I wonder if it becomes a focused item of the month at some point. You never know. So feel free to comment below. Are you pleased with what you see? And if you're an investor, are you pleased that it doesn't actually compare that insanely in comparison to Olympus and Old Pirate? Be honest, alright? Now, of course, let's showcase the AK-47. The timing of this is pretty interesting, but you probably wouldn't instantly notice it. This right here is the Naval Camo AK-47. Now, at first glance, oh, nice and blue, yeah. But also, it's not very shiny. Ah, okay. Well, I mean, is that like a massive bonus? Well, that's for you to decide. Feel free to comment below. But we've noticed that with the Naval Camo collection itself, which before only consisted of clothing and armour. Let's see what gets made next. I can confirm it's a small backpack that's going to get made next. Keep an eye on the workshop, right? Small backers on the horizon. So yeah, that looks nice. But when I go ahead and showcase this to you... Oh, that's got some transparency. All right, then. Yeah. All right, that's cool. Yep, good. Give that a nice reload. Looking pretty sweet. Yeah, that's totally fine. And of course, in comparison to a standard AK-47, all right, you get a little bit more visibility, I guess. Yeah, I mean, really, just about, yeah. But the timing is a bit awkward because didn't we just get a very cool looking? Oh, yeah. You see, this was $3. This right here is $2. And again, it's the only skin this week that's not abnormal. So, all right, well, this actually has a collection behind it as well. It's got a home, a loving home, which is, going to greatly love this and whatnot. Yeah, I think that's a welcome addition. Can I give it a good look at night time? So does it, stand out at all? It is blue, so I doubt it has good night light. I can't really see it very well. I was going to try my best, but yeah, no, I can't see that. So probably not the best. Just put a sight in it, you'll probably be all right, I'm sure. Yeah. But honestly, overall, it is a welcome addition. It definitely opens the door potentially to see a lot more from the naval camo collection. What would you like to see being made though? Again, just to repeat, the next skin the skin creators intend to make is the small backpack. So yeah. By the way, the small backpack is the next brand new Skinnable. Wow. I guess that's how we're going to announce it. So yeah, that's looking totally sweet. And let's of course go to night time. Run over to here. That's actually got a bit of gloss. Interesting. Just a little bit based on what you look at when you hold it in front of you. But as I look over to here, as I get nice and close, I don't really notice it here. Maybe that's just a thing you see in first person. Well, I mean, I do notice it a little bit there. It's not super flashy. It's not super shiny. No, I cannot say that. No, it's not in your face at all. It's just a perfectly fine naval camo design. So, what's your opinion then? Do you like what you see? And again, what would you like to see being made next? Feel free to comment below. Alright, so as we wrap up the video, I'd just like to point out, I already alluded to it, the next brand new Skinnable for August 2026 is the small backpack. And I know a lot of people have been just rubbing their hands and hoping for this. Well, I can confirm, we already have some skins submitted. Notably, the first ever submission being a Phantom Collection continuation from Mr. Shedmon. Looking very nice and stylish, oh yes indeed. But aside from style, would you like to be an Uber driver in Rust? I'm just saying, it's pretty goofy. It's a pretty funny idea, to be honest with you. So yeah, we're already starting to see some interesting designs. I will link in the description the link to be able to look at all the newer skins, because over the course of this upcoming weekend, there will be more skins being submitted. A lot more. So keep an eye out and start questioning, what collection continuations would you like to see becoming small backpacks? Feel free to comment below. Right, so I'd like to point out, with this brand new Rust store, like the vast majority of skins were actually submitted, not this past weekend, but the weekend before that. So if you want to kind of get a good idea of what we might see next week, if that pattern continues, please consider watching the Rust Workshop skin checks for July 7, 2026. As you notice, all the collection continuations are chaptered. You could just skip ahead to a certain skin that might have caught your eye. Such as, I don't know, maybe the Forest Raiders tactical gloves, which would have been a very nice addition today. Would have been. Or the Redemption hoodie and pants. Would have been. Or the Hellcore Tier 2, version 2. Yep. Certainly would have been, yeah. Maybe next week we'll see tons of clothing and armour. Who knows? It would be a nice way to balance things. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah. Consider giving that a good look. And in regards to new content, because of course we've just had an update last week and whatnot, always keep an eye out in regards to the commits there's always new things being mentioned, such as sculptures. A rock sculpture. Are we going to be able to collect rocks in Rust and then make sculptures? I guess. Keep an eye on this. I might have got it completely wrong. Maybe this might be for, in theory, being able to dig holes and whatnot. So, alright, I'm sure a lot more will be revealed as time goes on. Much like the Games Room DLC. It's got to a point now where we can actually see what's there. And, well, if I could navigate over to Mr. Protox, he's already got a video showcasing everything. And as you can see, the tweet right there as well. So, I'll link that in the description. You could go ahead and get a good look at the brand new Games Room DLC. It's not finished. It's not finished. But we've got like another 3 weeks until August Force Wipe. So I'm sure it's going to progressively improve, look better. All right, sweet. I can confirm the first ever mini fridge skin and the first ever shotgun trap skin as well. Can we whack each other with pull cues? That'd be a nice brand new melee weapon. You know, just walk up to someone, whack. It might be a one-time use thing because it might snap. Still be funny though. Alright, cool. So, yeah. New potential things on the horizon. DLC specifically. Brand new small backpacks on the horizon. I will remind you as well, we recently also saw the wood armor being mentioned as becoming skinnable. All of the wood armor pieces. But evidently, small backpack has been confirmed to be the brand new skinnable for August. So, alright, cool. If you keep an eye on here, you'll be aware of so much more, right? So, who knows what else is going to be worked on. I haven't seen any more mentions in regards to that Halloween costume. But, well, we're already getting closer to Halloween, aren't we? Yes, yes we are. By the way, I just realised I'm looking at Games Room DLC. Ugh, good job, Hedge. Well done, well done. So, yeah. Who knows what main interesting things are going to be worked on as of now. Well, I can confirm. It's going to be farms. It's going to be farms. As you can see, livestock animals. We already knew about sheep, cows, and, well, apparently rabbits. Yeah. What do you farm from rabbits? I don't know. Can we have llamas? I want an assault llama, yes. Just put a little saddle on him and just ride into battle. That'd be funny. But it does make sense because they in real life they have llamas to protect the animals because they'll fight against wolves. They will like repel them. So alright, cool. I mean, we'll see what happens. Player count today peaked at 149,000. It was pretty alright. The month so far has been pretty good. Yeah, honestly, overall things are looking pretty sweet as of now. And of course, if you care about potential nice investments for the week and whatnot, keep an eye out for the predictions video. Out of all these skins, can you confirm which one is your most favourite? And if you want to, feel free to comment below which one do you reckon could potentially be the best investment for the week. And now, let us properly wrap up the video. Just sitting here and saying thank you to all the people that went ahead, bought those brand new teddy bears, and of course, donated to the Tiltify. So, of course, we still need to raise an extra $80,000 so that we can go ahead and get the final Twitch drop that is the auto turret. But the fact that we actually managed to go all the way up to 170,000 is remarkable. And can I also sit here and say thank you to all the people that donated through me. Thank you so much. You're absolutely lovely, wonderful individuals. So, yep, $639 from a guy that just yaps. Thank you, Tenocrates, The Gateway Nut, Nailu, Stabby, Taguret, Kai, Naya, I'm the Spark, Raver Rusty, and so many more people. You've been incredibly generous. The links to Tiltify will be in the description. Thank you once again. Keep an eye out. The auto turret, it'll probably take a week. But of course, keep an eye on twitch.facebook.com. And of course, you'll be up to date. But it has slowed down as of recent. But we've got until the 13th of August, so plenty of time. Could I just also quickly point out some rules have been applied to the charity auctions. So, already mentioned that there's a whole bunch of auctions going on, but specifically the designer skin auction. Well, it's been told that you're not allowed to have gambling-related content with this skin. Basically, sitting here and saying, rush, clash, go away. Yeah, so. Well, Bean Can Billy jumped in. He's got $26,000 placed right there. So, all right, cool. Who's going to win? We shall see. But just to point out, it does not look as if whoever wins this is going to be specifically the only person who drops the skin. It does look as if it's going to be a general drop. So, I mean, if you're the only person, all right, just from the ad money, you probably would have recovered the money. So, does anybody else want to jump in? You've got about 3 weeks to go. Go on, give it a shot. Right then. So, thank you very much for watching. I greatly appreciate it. Have a lovely day. Catch you later. See you, goodbye.